Whew. Hello and welcome to the plays. Why is the building menu not sorted alphabetically? There's lots of weird things. There's tooltips that lie. It still says, if you look at the tooltips, it still says steel is used to do railways, which is certainly not a thing. Anyway, we are going to be attempting to form Gran Colombia. Ready, steady. Please let me become your little bitch. Go. There we go. Here, Greece, let me become his little bitch. Conquer state. I want this state. Thank you. Go. And I want tech. Newspaper. We didn't get spread on newspaper, which is actually probably how this is going to end up coming down to, whether you get tech spread on newspaper. And then here, 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 1, 2, here, gun, 1, and then what? Then it is resources, logging. That should do. General, exist, do, explorer sounds fine. Mobilize, do, you're automatically going to go to here, thank you. So far we're good. These guys say they might join, but they haven't joined yet. Indicate that you're my rival. Suck up to these guys to try and get them to not join. Also, you would be nice, but I can't get you as well. Good. GB has decided not to. France shouldn't because I'm their little bitch. And then just before this finishes, we go add in another war goal. I would like Miranda. And I would like Bolivar. Gives them a couple more days to convince France to join. And then war were declared. Very good. Me versus him. No one else is interfering. Which means now I should think about actually building a uni rather than these things. Here, resources, uni, exist, go. You're more important than everything except the construction. Okay. An extra general so that we can be a little bit cheeky about this. And now we wait, because this is misery. This is absolute misery. There's not enough infrastructure, and we're never going to get enough units to bear. What we hope for is that he pushes over here, and then it technically forms two fronts for some weird reason. Because otherwise, getting one of these battles to happen in our favor is a bit rough. There just isn't enough infrastructure, even... Oh yeah, I hadn't done this. That's my bad. Even with encouraged road maintenance here to boost up the infrastructure a little bit. To try and get a bigger fight to happen. So now what? Now, as long as the war finishes before we get this, all is well. War finishes and in our favor with at least 2 states. I don't need 3. I only need 2 of the 3. Well, here we go. We finally make some actual progress. Yes, there is Betseg, at least in terms of unofficially. Officially, it's not yet a category. Unofficially, we did it yesterday. In 2.5 seconds. There are various candidates. You can start as this guy, you can start as this guy, or you can start as Texas or Mexico. Because all of those... Oh, I suppose you could also do Brazil. Because all of those people start at war, and then you just... Well, actually, I don't know if it works for Brazil and Mexico. It definitely works for Texas, this guy, and this guy, where you just hit the I give up and you get full annexed button. Can you beat that? Maybe. You could quite possibly beat that. You could very reasonably beat it. All you've got to do is start as these two guys, or Texas. You've got to click this, capitulate, and wait for the screen to load and say game over. EU4 is a lot older game and a lot quicker to run, Betseg. And it's, isn't it 0.3? Last I remember looking it was 0.3 seconds. Speedrun.com/EU4. Yeah, last I remember it was 0.3 seconds. No, 0.5. 0.53. There we go. So, a bit more than half a second by user Cuck, who is cucking everyone else out of the any percent record top place. For the interested, there's a link. We are. It's just slow. Very, very slow. And it doesn't matter if it's slow as long as it gets done before this tech and then this tech. This tech says it's going to take 5 years. This tech says it's going to take 1 year. So I've got 6 years to win this war. Do not stress out about it going slowly. 11 will lose to 17 in the fullness of time. Oh, well, yeah. I was kind of hoping they'd push over here and split into two fronts, but them just losing explicitly. Here we go. Now they've split into two. And then this half is absolutely ravaging this bit, while this bit is about even with this bit. And because they've only got one army, they can't split it into two, and so they're defeated in... what's the opposite of defeated in detail? But whatever the opposite of defeat in detail is. Probably just called the General's Front problem. You should get over there. They keep teleporting to the other front instead of the front I actually want them to be on. Manhandle them into the right position. Where do you see where the combat width is? You don't, is the answer. You do not see where the combat width is. If you really wanted to, you could make a mod that told you the combat width in every single province and make it into a map mode. But that's about it. So we have the provinces we need. From here, we just need more unis, honestly. So, in here, uni. We could also try and pass laws that would help us do this sort of thing. So, the Catholic Church, how would you like to be part of government? And that would mean that... I'm sorry? I don't understand. The armed forces and the petite bourgeoisie are both here. Sure, whatever. Everyone's in government. Whatever. Religious schools. Go help our literacy a little bit. They were, though. Weren't they? In any case, they're all here now. Problem solved. Anyone who doesn't like this, so that we can get this passing a little bit quicker. Intelligentsia, industrialists, and trade unions. So we could kick them out if there are any of them in. Yes. Intelligentsia, goodbye. But the industrialists and trade unions don't even exist. So that doesn't matter. We should probably just turn you off, honestly, and be increasing the number of this. Up those taxes. Make this build quicker. Good. Turn off the road thingy in the other ones because we no longer need it. There's no harm in full stating this stuff. Probably not going to be finished. Well, actually, yes, these will be finished before we're done with the achievement. So they will start providing tax. What do you mean wrong school law? No. No schools. Go to religious schools. That's fine. Faith knows no borders. The Catholic Church, which is to strengthen their ties. What do we get? More strength or... Yeah, sure. Stronger them, help the law pass. Why not? How's our wood sector looking? We could handle... a surprising amount of extra building things because we joined the French building industry. We were inside their market. So even though we are causing a massive drain on... well, massive. A significant drain on logs by building all these extra building industries, the French have to absorb the cost. We disbalance our economy and France pays the price. What else could we do? We could make you happier. Or we could set you as a rival. No. Can I set you as an interest area and then a rival? Let's see if we can set him as a rival once he's got an interest area. Because I wouldn't mind sucking up to Great Britain at the same time as well. Sounds wise. What also sounds wise is paying less, paying less, paying less, paying less. Although not if it pisses off the intelligentsia. And actually, I should get them up to 5 happy, so we should do maximum government wages. And they give us their extra 10% speed on researching the techs that we need. Speaking of, Tech 1 is done. Go get nationalism. So that's 1 year. You know what? All of these can probably go away and just become an infinitude of unis. Or actually unis on another location. So where has the most available people? Yep, that has the most available people. Become even more unis. Why am I blind? I'm just blind. Whatever. Do it this way. How many unis do we need to hit our cap? Like 10. Shove them ahead of all of this stuff. Make sure this one knows that it builds quickly as well. A new patch for Hoi 4. University throughput. I don't want to lose the university throughput, so no, we'll just take the lower value. Pretty sure we're fine. Those people are real people. Morning. Good evening for here. Happy insert appropriate time, Dark Young. There's not even any real reason to have an army now, honestly. So I should probably just delete all these. It's not like anyone's going to attack me when I'm France's little bitch. On the other hand, there's also no downside to bankrupting. And France might take on our debt. Here we go. Thank you, France. Yes, please. Throughput for the moment, because I haven't got the correct number of unis yet. Government wages are a bit cripplingly high. Can I get away with giving you slightly less? I can lose 2. Technically, I could lose 3. So I can go back to that setting, and they'll still give us their bonus for being happy with +5, so that this progresses 10% more quickly. Also, taxes will go up once these finish full coring. It's what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We don't have the unlocked stuff to be able to do this. Could we flip over to this school's? No, because we don't have empiricism. Hey, Dark, I honestly think if you aren't using debt strats, you would need a good reason not to. The building efficiency cut down is... What is normally the thing that stops you building more? It's the fact that building stuff costs money. If you embrace the fact that you're going to be going bankrupt anyway, just build more than double the build capacity, and the 50% malus is counteracted. So, say we naturally here have 16. Pretend that this was 16 whilst we could sustain it. Instead, build 32. Accept that you're going bankrupt, and you will have the same throughput after you go bankrupt. Right? And if you build any additional to that, you are strictly ahead. Strictly ahead. I don't think the AI... I don't know for sure, but I do not think the AI sees you as being bankrupt in terms of military stuff. Because it doesn't adjust your army's power projection when you go bankrupt. So I think... I don't know for sure, but I think the number that the AI uses to determine whether they think they've got a big stick relative to you is this number. And I don't think it takes into account being bankrupt. So yeah. Bankruptcy, too good, too good. At least in EU4 it deletes the buildings you've built in the last couple of years. Here it doesn't even do that. Here it doesn't even do that. The only real punishment is that your building queue gets reset, and you have to plan out all your building again. Bankruptcy in EU4 is a slap on the wrist, Betsec. It used to actually matter. It used to give you minus 90% morale. Now it gives you minus 50, and it might as well not be a modifier. I long for the days of minus 90% morale. Actually punish the player for going bankrupt. No, social mobility, as far as I'm aware, just helps them upgrade. It does give education access, which I suppose would raise our literacy, which would raise our... Yeah, fine, it's worth doing those. We should be doing it in order of states most populous to least populous. So this one, this one. This one. This one. We don't care, Sir Kubushev. Building the gold mine would be time spent not building a uni, which is not acceptable. The only thing that matters is building more unis. And waiting the 30 months until this is done. We have slavery? We do have slavery. No, we're not going to fiddle with that. A revolution doesn't serve our purposes. We're helping to disbalance the French market for paper. That's their problem. It hurts them more than it hurts me. I'm sure they'll deal with it. Cough, 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 cough. Nothing that you want to hear. Uni's good, money's bad. Yes. Free education for all. Nice guy blobber. Free education for all. Four more months and our tax should go up. And we've got about 12 months until this goes away. So we might complete 2 more and then go bankrupt, at a guess. Free education for all Catholic, free Hispanophone men. Don't we also accept another... Or Andean? Although they are Hispanophones. Anyway. What do we need? The only thing we need now, isotoluene, is this nationalism tech. And then we're allowed to click button. You don't have nationalism. Yeah, this doesn't get done in time, so we might as well pause. Bring these back. Ta-da! We won't even need to go bankrupt. And then we're done. 2 achievos down for the day. And then I will maybe go grab a cookie, have a drink, use the restroom, and we might think about starting the Mexico one. So the Mexico one needs you to outrank the USA, so you've got to become a higher rank than him, which means diminishing him down to major power rather than great power. power and becoming a great power yourself, you need to own the sort of Midwest to West. He's allowed to have the East Coast, but you need to eat the Midwest to West. And you need more GDP than him, which is sort of implied if you're going to be absorbing all this land. I think the basic idea we'll be doing is wait for these guys to explode like this. They start as one tag and they explode into lots of little ones. Gobble these guys up till we hit the New Granada border. Think about coming across to Madagascar, maybe reaching in here, maybe reaching in here. There's a lot of population, unrecognized power Congo, decentralized power Yaka. If you can colonize here and then come into the Congo, it's a lot of population. Reasonable goods as well. So there, there, there. And that's probably about it. Is it not feasible to just kill the USA? 500 troops, give or take. 40 troops. 500 troops. 40 troops. I'll let you decide if it's feasible. I think eating up all of these, and then that, and then this, and then this will be necessary. You might be able to cheese it if you got the right people to help join at the right time. But that number of militia is just... like, that's more than France. Day one, France can't bring 460 troops. Boom. And admittedly, there's been like 4 years, so he's actually slightly increased this number. But you get the idea. I shouldn't be making it update those. You go up to like almost 2,000 troops, or 2,000 available militia, Betseg, if you do it as China. Like 1,700-ish? Poor Sue. Yeah, we're probably going to try and stop him eating us by doing the same thing we've done here, where we convince either GB or France to let us in their little sphere. So that they protect us while we do those things, and so that they don't try and interfere while we do those things as well, because otherwise they will be interfering. It's their favorite thing in the world. When it says... well, actually, I can't show you because they like me too much. But pretend they didn't like me too much. When it says in here, we believe they may side, and these could side or remain neutral. A lot of the people that are neutral will actually not be neutral a fair amount of the time. So I would like it if the diplomatic feedback here was a bit more accurate. Or else you could, like, test. Click the button and see where everyone falls on the list. Under a year.
I've heard there are jobs here. I want to be a lion tamer.
Thank you kindly for the follow, mate. Hope you're having a lovely time. The Calca eruption. We can't predict eruptions. What happens when you cancel a diplomatic plate? Well, usually the other side will have added a goal of their own. So at the very least, you are probably giving them war reps. They may have added other stuff to their list of demands that when you back down, you have to give them. At least the top thing. But at least to start with, it's war reps by default. Are these guys still happy? No, so I'm going to have to pay them more because I want their 5% happiness bonus. This is 10% more of this. Saves us a month here. In fact, saves us a bit more than a month. Done. We are Gran, Colombia.